The incredible but totally real story of Robert Smalls.
The Robert Smalls story is, to me, a complete American superhero story.
It's a story of awesome achievement in the face of crushing obstacles.
Robert Smalls was a harbor pilot, forced to steer huge ships through Charleston Harbor for the Confederacy.
He had been sent to Charleston to work, his wages coming back to his master, and at this time when the Civil War broke out, he had been in the employ of a sidewheel steamer boat called the Planter.
They said, "You're now moving our ships around this very complicated harbor."
In his sailing throughout Charleston Harbor, he noticed that there was a United States blockade just outside the mouth of the harbor, and he knew that if he could somehow get there, that he'd be free.
Came the night of May 12th of 1862, and he said, enough. He got his family and the family of all of the enslaved crew on a 140-foot gunship, and they stole it.
There were about 5 forts that he had to pass by.
Any one of which, had he not known the secret signals to get through them, would have shot him down and the whole thing would have been over.
They sailed to the side of the USS Onward and jaws were on the floor. It broke so many stereotypes about what enslaved people could do, who they were. At that moment, Robert was free.
They make him the captain of the vessel.
First African American to command a United States naval vessel, to being the most senior African American to serve during the Civil War.
He fights in 17 battles. He's present when the Confederate colors are finally struck at the end of the war at Fort Sumter.
He started a railroad. He ran for Congress successfully many times. He is the reason why we have a public school system. He's the reason why black people are in the military. In one lifetime, he does all of this.
He actually bought a mansion that he was a former slave in.
Who walks up to the steps of that home but the widow of his former master? She's got dementia. It's the only address she can remember. They take her in.
He kept the slave owner's wife in her own place at the mansion and took care of her for the rest of her life.
Only a superhero could have that type of empathy, that type of humility, that type of forgiveness.
Legion M is working to bring the story of Captain Robert Smalls to the screen.
The team that Legion M has pulled together is just a fabulous group. I am really impressed with the business model, with creating kind of a groundswell of support for projects even before the project is created. To the extent that it's relevant, I think the family will be 1000% behind the project.
We want you to join us. We want you to join the Legion.